There is a reason why hell hates covenant. Where God builds union, the enemy counterfeits through confusion. Where God created male and female in divine order, hell tries to blur, distort, and divide. We are living in a generation where the beast system isn't just about laws and nations. It is after identity, covenant, and family. Why? Because identity determines authority, and covenant multiplies dominion. If the enemy can confuse identity, he can weaken authority. If he can fracture covenant, he can silence legacy. What you see in culture right now is not random. It is war against God's blueprint. When Adam and Eve walked in alignment, the serpent couldn't destroy union. He had to break order first. He whispered into identity. He sowed doubt into design. He inverted honor into distrust. He weaponized wounds into rebellion. And that pattern has never changed. Today we see it again. Masculinity mocked, diluted, and shamed. Femininity hardened, defensive, and self-protective. Family redefined, marriage trivialized. The feminine spirit wounded into independence, hating men. The masculine spirit tempted into passivity or domination. Lovers becoming competitors, not covenant carriers. This is not just psychology. This is spiritual architecture. Hell counterfeits covenant with one-night stands. It counterfeits intimacy with lust. Hell counterfeits leadership with control, freedom with rebellion, and protection with pride. But God is restoring order. God is rebuilding identity. God is awakening men who carry covering, not control. God is awakening women who carry wisdom, not war. God is awakening homes that are altars, not battlegrounds. The kingdom isn't modernizing marriage. It's restoring covenant. While marriage can be a man-made system, covenant is God's design. Covenant is not about romance first. It's about assignment first. It is not who you desire, but who you can build with under God's assignment. And hear me out. This is not about legalism or fear. This is about freedom, protection, and power. When Adam walked alone, it wasn't weakness. It was unfinished. When Eve stood alone, it wasn't failure. It was unguarded. But together, under God, they multiplied heaven. Covenant is not just two hearts. It is two mantles, one mission. But if you do not know your God, and you do not hear your calling or your mantle, then you will continue to seek out something that could fulfill and complete you, that only God can. In these days, God is raising holy unions again, not counterfeit connection, but consecrated covenant. Because the beast system builds empires, while empires fade, but the kingdom builds families, and families birth revival, shaking nations, leaving legacy. This is not the hour to date for chemistry. This is the hour to partner with kingdom assignment. Heaven is restoring God's design and pattern. Hell is terrified. Because if it can distract you with empty relationships, you will never fulfill your calling. If hell can tempt you to look at a man or a woman for your significance and identity, then you will never walk out the purpose that God has placed inside of you. Relationships are not meant to complete you. God is. Hell is terrified, and your spirit knows. We are returning to Eden's order. We are returning to God's covenantal order, where both men and women find their identity in God alone. being full of their purpose, walking in their calling and mantle. They will not look to the left or to the right, seeking to devour someone else in lust or to see who could complete them. They are on fire with the Spirit of God, taking the darkness territory back for the kingdom. And the Word of God says 2 is better than 1. That is God's design, and that is what we are returning back to in this hour. When culture counterfeits love, the Lord Himself has defined it. Both Adam and Eve found their identity and their security in God first, and then God joined them together for a mission. In marriages, when men forget that they are warriors and protectors and priests, homes lose their covering. When women lose covering, they armor their hearts instead of resting in grace. The Lord is restoring even marriages that are broken right now, but it takes 2 willing hearts. The man and the woman both submitting themselves humbly before the Lord. And if your spouse does not submit, pray for them. Continue to seek the Lord, because your spirit is changing atmospheres. We do not elevate the institution of marriage. We elevate God, and we honor covenant. Now is the time to take a stand on God's design. The counterfeit is collapsing. Kingdom is rising. And a remnant will not bow to culture. We bow only to Christ. Welcome to the return.